Another day, another story. Mehek Bukhari, a prominent TikTok influencer, along with her mother Ansreen, has received life sentences for a double murder case stemming from a sex tape threat. The tragic incident occurred last month when they were convicted of killing Ansreen's lover and another man during a high-speed chase in Leicestershire. Bukhari was visibly emotional as she heard the guilty verdict in court, which found her responsible for the murders during a harrowing car chase. Her mother, Ansreen Bukhari, aged 46, also faced the same outcome following a trial at Leicester Crown Court. The victims of this tragic incident, Saqib Hussain and Mohammed Hashim Ajazuddin, both 21, met a fatal end when their Skoda car was involved in a high-speed crash, resulting in their vehicle virtually splitting in two and catching fire. This terrible event occurred after they left the A46 dual carriageway near Leicester and collided with a tree in the early hours of February 11, 2022. The motive for the crime was Mr. Hassan's threat to reveal the affair he had been having with Ansreen Bukhari. Both Mehek Bukhari, aged 24, and her mother, who hailed from Stoke-on-Trent, initially denied 2 counts of murder. However, jurors deliberated for over 28 hours and ultimately found them guilty. The sentencing for Mehek Bukhari was life imprisonment with a minimum term of 31 years and 8 months, while Ansreen Bukhari received a life sentence with a minimum of 26 years and 9 months in prison. Additionally, Rikan Karwan, 29, who was brought in by Rais Jamal, 23, to assist in the murders after Bukhari approached him, also received life sentences, with minimum terms of 26 years and 10 months and 31 years, respectively, for their roles in the double murder. 3 others involved in the incident, found not guilty of murder but guilty of manslaughter, also faced sentencing. Natasha Akhtar, 23, received an 11-year and 8-month prison term, while Amir Jamal, 28, and Sanav Gula Mustafa, 23, were sentenced to 14 years and 8 months and 14 years and 9 months in prison, respectively, for 2 counts of manslaughter. All were present in the 2 vehicles, an Audi TT and a Seat Leon, involved in the fatal car chase. During the sentencing, Judge Timothy Spencer KC emphasized the central role of TikTok and Instagram in the case, as Mehek Bukhari had left university to pursue her career as an influencer. He noted that had she made a different choice, she could have looked forward to a different life. The judge also pointed out that Ansreen made a fateful decision by entrusting her daughter with handling the response to the sex tape threat. The victims, Mr. Hussain and Mr. Ajazuddin, were deceived into meeting the Bukharis in a Tesco car park under the pretext of repaying the £3,000 that Mr. Hussain claimed to have spent on their romantic outings. The encounter quickly escalated into a high-speed chase, with forensic collision investigators determining that the Audi involved had reached speeds of up to 100 miles per hour. Moments before the tragedy unfolded, Mr. Hussain made a desperate 999 call to the police, reporting that their silver Skoda Fabia was being pursued and rammed by attackers in balaclavas who had been following them in 2 cars. The call ended abruptly with a scream and the sound of impact. The court revealed that the victims were deliberately forced off the road in what was described as an ambush. Detective Inspector Mark Parrish, senior investigating officer for Leicestershire Police, characterized the incident as a callous and cold-blooded attack, where none of the defendants made any attempt to assist the victims or call for help. Instead, they left the scene and even drove back past it, showing no concern for the victims throughout the ordeal. Lies were told consistently in an attempt to cover their tracks throughout the investigation and trial. The tragedy was a grave and shocking event, highlighting the tragic consequences of the actions taken by those involved.